Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here again, sorting through the stacks, the notes, the stories, really, to get you the insights you need.
Absolutely. And today we're diving back into Deon Brown's entrepreneurial memoir, continuing that journey of starting a small business.
Right. And if you've been with us, you'll remember we've covered some pretty crucial ground already.
Yeah, just a quick refresh. A few deep dives back, we
Mhm.
talked about setting those essential boundaries. And of course, the huge value of mentorship. Cannot stress that enough.
Definitely. And then last time, it was all about the sheer effort, right? What we called the grind behind the buttercream.
The reality check.
Hmm.
Balancing that full-time job, the crazy commute, and then this side hustle just, boom, taken off.
Exactly. So today, we're hitting what feels like, a really essential turning point for any startup. We're getting into chapter 5, building a brand without a budget.
This chapter, it's fantastic because really it's less about baking specifically and more about that universal, messy, sometimes frankly terrifying reality of trying to build an identity when you've got basically nothing. No money, maybe no marketing background.
And like she highlights, a huge fear of just putting yourself out there.
Totally. It's that classic story, isn't it? How do you go from just being passionate about something, maybe as a hobby, to a legit business?
When all you have is determination, maybe a decent phone camera.
And hoping the lighting in your kitchen is okay for photos.
Oh, right.
So that's really the mission here, isn't it? For this deep dive, to pull out those hard lessons.
About structure, sure, but also just managing that fear.
Let's dive in. The starting point she describes is, well, it's stark.
Yeah, she puts it right out there.
Yeah.
I didn't have a logo, a website, or a branding strategy.
Okay.
I barely had a clean background to take cake photos in front of.
Wow. That's really starting from zero.
Even with basically nothing tangible, her vision was huge.
Oh, yeah. That initial ambition was kind of staggering. She wasn't just thinking cakes.
No way.
It was this whole lifestyle brand concept, wasn't it? Coming from her cosmetology background.
Event planning, home styling, image consulting, the works.
All under this name she'd picked. All Things Beautiful.
Which, I have to ask, was aiming that big right at the start. Maybe a bit of a problem.
Wow.
Trying to brand everything, distract from the one thing she was actually doing well, which was the baking.
That's a really sharp question.
Yeah.
And the memoir suggests, yeah, it probably was a distraction. It led straight to that first really crucial mistake,
Okay.
the kind every single entrepreneur needs to hear. It's that mix of being a bit careless administratively and getting emotionally invested way too soon. She loved that name, All Things Beautiful. She'd even designed a logo herself.
Right. And then,
Then she found out someone else already had it.
oof, that had to hurt. Devastated and discouraged, she says.
Totally. Imagine pouring all that creative energy into something, only to realize you skipped step one.
Which is?
The boring but essential part, researching the name, securing it, checking everywhere, not just assuming it's free.
It shows the biggest hurdle. Often isn't the skill, it's the admin stuff you ignore. The paperwork.
Exactly. Which is why switching to Kita's cake creations, based on a nickname, was such a learning moment.
She learned the hard way.
Yes.
Secure the name first. And then, importantly, she actually got the LLC and the business license sorted.
Yes. And let's just emphasize that LLC bit for a second. It's not just red tape.
Right.
It's that legal shield between your personal life and your business baby. It's protection. It's professionalism. You need it.
Okay, so naming disaster averted, eventually. Let's talk about the fear side of things. She calls herself a Gen Xer who was dragged to social media kicking and screaming.
Huh. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Facebook was just for, keeping up with Aunt Carol's vacation photos, not for business.
Definitely not for selling cakes.
It's a real mental block for some folks adapting those platforms. Initially, it was just word of mouth keeping things going, right? Coworkers, friends.
Yeah, people who already knew her work. They were the ones pushing her to actually, market it.
And then came that moment she finally conjured up the nerve, as she puts it.
Posting photos on Facebook Marketplace.
And boom, an order came in, almost immediately.
Within a day, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it ramped up fast, 1 to 4 orders a week.
Which sounds great, but remember?
Oh, yeah. 40-hour-week job, plus that commute. Sometimes 3 hours in traffic daily.
That pace is just not sustainable, not without help.
This is where her colleague, Shante, comes in. The scheduling intervention. This might be the most crucial business decision in the whole chapter.
Absolutely. Shante teaching her how to actually create and stick to a schedule. That structure wasn't about frosting techniques or ad buys.
No.
That was the thing that stopped her from burning out completely.
Such a key insight. You can be the best baker, the best coder, the best whatever. But if you can't handle the operations when success hits...
The business will eat you alive. Managing your schedule is managing your brand.
Okay, so Facebook conquered, sort of.
Yeah.
Then comes the next hurdle, Instagram.
Which she was even more nervous about.
Right. That whole feeling of needing all my ducks in a row before launching a proper business page there.
Oh, that perfectionism trap. It paralyzes so many people starting out. It's not ready yet.
But you see her fighting that, actually taking steps to level up her brand, even while feeling unsure about the platform itself. She knew that first logo, wasn't it?
You mean the picture of the old cake?
Yeah. Printed on a Vistaprint card. Then she took a picture of the card to use digitally.
Okay, that is seriously resourceful. Talk about start where you are.
It really is. It was more than just a graphic. It felt like a psychological step forward.
And it set the stage for the real upgrade, right? Working with her niece, Lauren, the artist.
Yes, creating that custom logo.
Yeah.
She describes it so well. A black silhouette of a woman with a bun in her hair, a pink apron on, with pink lipstick to match, and long eyelashes holding a small cake.
That sounds lovely. And professional.
It was professional. It signaled that shift, you know?
Yeah.
From side hustle to something more established, even without a big budget behind it.
And then the irony hits. Oh, the best part.
Instagram. The platform she dreaded.
That's the one. It turned out to be where she got the most orders and the most traction.
All through DMs, right? Not even needing a massive following.
Exactly. It proves that sometimes just being visible in the right place trumps vanity metrics. People found her.
So maybe a question for you listening. What platform, what system are you avoiding right now because you're scared or you think it's silly or not professional enough? Could it actually be the place your next breakthrough is waiting?
Good question. Her takeaway really sums up this whole branding part, doesn't it?
Yeah. Moral of the story, check your name across all platforms, start where you are, and be open to evolving even if you are scared.
Branding is a journey. And sometimes, yeah, just a checklist you got to work through.
Right. Okay, so she's got the branding moving, Instagram's working,
Yeah.
but success brings new problems.
Uh-oh. The downside of all those DMs rolling in. The chaos.
We need to talk about the 1.12 a.m. problem.
Yes, that late night message. That completely ignores any info you've already provided and just demands.
The perfect example she gives. 1:12 a.m. on a Sunday morning and someone is DMing you. How much for a 2-tier cake with strawberries and chocolate and a picture of my man?
Wow. Just wow.
That's the sound of your personal time just evaporating.
She learned some hard truths there, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. People don't read the bio. They just want a price. Now,
They want quotes with zero details provided.
they send 6 totally different inspiration pics and expect an instant quote.
They ghost you, then pop back up weeks later like nothing happened.
It's draining. That constant on-demand expectation. It's a highway to burnout city.
And it highlights that the customer's urgency isn't necessarily your emergency.
Right.
So the solution, which took her 6 months of dealing with this, it wasn't about getting faster at replying to the chaos.
No, it was about stopping the chaos before it started. Building a gate.
The automated outgoing message, that was the game changer.
Every small business owner listening, take note. This is adaptable. Her auto reply basically said,
Let me guess. Thanks for reaching out.
pretty much. Thank you for reaching out to Kita's Cake Creations. If you've reviewed the preliminary info in our bio and are ready for a quote,
Okay, setting expectations.
please leave your name, the best contact number, and your preferred time for a callback. Someone will reach out within 24 hours.
Brilliant. Simple, but brilliant.
It forced the customer to do a little work, provide the basics, and respect her process.
Turns a vague DM into an actual qualified lead for a proper conversation.
Okay, but let me push back for a second. Her early success was built on that personal touch, right? Word of mouth, those initial DMs. Does putting up an automated wall risk losing that intimacy?
That is the tightrope walk, absolutely. But here's the thing. You can't maintain intimacy if you're burnt out, exhausted, and starting to resent your customers.
Sure.
What she found, I think, is that professionalism is its own kind of respect. It respects her time, yes, but it also respects the customer by giving them a clear, reliable process. It hammers home that final point. You are not Amazon. You can't be open 24/7 with instant everything. You have to create your own structure.
Boundaries aren't rude.
They are necessary, essential for survival, honestly.
So wrapping up Chapter 5, it really shows how fear, maybe some initial fumbles with branding, and definitely weak boundaries. These are just common hurdles at the start.
Universal roadblocks, yeah.
And the path forward involves tackling the admin stuff, facing down the fear of new tools or platforms, and building systems, even small ones, like a logo or an auto-reply.
Systems that let you grow professionally without, destroying yourself personally.
Which leads to that final thought to chew on. If her biggest fear, Instagram, became her biggest growth driver.
What critical thing are you avoiding right now? What task, what platform, what conversation? Are you letting fear hold you back from a potential leap?
And related to that,
Yeah.
take a hard look at the boundaries, or maybe the lack of boundaries, in your own work life. Are you making it too easy for chaos to take over?
Good challenge. Because where we're going next time.
Oh, boy. Yeah, next up is Chapter 6. It's a dose of reality everyone needs. We're talking about when things go left. Because they will.
Yep. Mistakes, problems, customer service nightmares. The stuff that will happen when you're running the show. How do you handle it?
You definitely don't want to miss that one. Subscribe, stay tuned.
We'll talk to you next time.